Yeah, yes, let's start with the self-introduction.
Yeah, sure. I myself, Sai. I have started working in June 2023. Overall, I have 2.5 plus years of experience in Microsoft CRM Dynamics, and my relevant experience is also same. I have started working at HCL Technologies as a system engineer. Now, coming at my current company, I have been working since 2 years. During this time, I have been involved in couple of CRM projects. I do have good experience in CRM customizations, and I do have good knowledge on out of the box functionalities as well. I was work on data migration using out of the box via data import wizard, and coming I have good experience in CRM customizations and working with writing plugins and with JavaScript, business rules, form design, field creation, views, dashboards, charts as well. And coming to my roles and responsibilities, I do have sync up calls daily. I do have sync up calls with my team lead and manager, and we discuss about the requirements and take up the tasks. I have work on my assigned tasks and update to my team lead via email by the end of the day. Yeah, let me summarize my skill set. I do have good knowledge on Microsoft Dynamics CRM customizations like implementation of plugins, JavaScripts, business rules, workflows, form design as well. And I do have work experience with Power Platform, like to implement Power Automate flows, Canvas apps, model driven apps, and basics of Power Portals and usage of PCF controls.
Okay, can you
Yeah,
just
that's
explain about your last project?
yeah. I have worked on healthcare management project. In that project, I have involved in creating some entities, custom entities, and business rules, plugins, and workflows. And I have good experience with writing in plugin codes and JavaScript as well.
So your project functionality, like what is your last project functionality? What kind of
Yeah,
project you have worked and what is the functionality of it?
yeah. My project is mainly depends on healthcare. It will works on it will interact with the capturing the leads as patients, and I will we will work on appointments, creation of appointments to doctors and patients, and patient bills, and sending workflow. By using workflows we can send emails to the customer and to the patient and doctor as well.
So you have the project basic details video I have given, right? Before I assign hospital management.
Yeah.
So you have to explain in that way. And
Yeah,
we
okay.
don't have leads, first of all. There is
Yeah,
not,
okay, okay, okay,
we
okay.
don't get leads, right? For this business, directly
Yeah,
patients will be
direct
created.
patients will be created.
So you try to go through that video once and you explain in that way. Okay,
Okay.
fine. And do you have experience with the JavaScript?
Yes, Ashok.
So how much do you rate yourself in the JavaScript out of 10?
Up to 7, Ashok.
Okay, can you just give me the one of your recent requirement where you have implemented JavaScript?
Yeah, in my project I have an option set field named as gender. If I select gender as male, I want to show son of field. If I select gender as female, I want to show female. Doctor son doctor of field.
Hmm.
This is my requirement.
So for this requirement, you have used JavaScript, is it?
Yes, Ashok.
What is the event you have used?
On change event I have used on field change.
So on field change, your setting show and hide of a daughter of and son of. Is it? Hello? Hello, Sai, are you there? Sai, can you hear me? Hello? So for this requirement, you have implemented JavaScript, is it?
Yeah, JavaScript on field change
So
event.
what if I open existing record?
The default it will show select.
No, let's say I do have the three records created already, and out of three, two is male, one is female. So if I open the
Okay,
male record, so which field will show? Will it show daughter or son of?
it will show some of. By default, we can configure by say, see we can configure by schema names. General
Correct, but as per your logic,
option set values
so
we can
as per
configure.
yeah, so as per your logic, implemented logic.
Yeah, okay.
So what field it will show if I open the mail record?
Son of.
But you're triggering your JavaScript function on field change, right?
Okay.
But I did
By
not change any.
default, by on form load, it won't show any records.
So did you understand my question?
Yeah.
Let me repeat
Can you
again.
please? Yeah.
So you have implemented JavaScript to show and hide the daughter of and son of based on the gender field.
Yeah.
So I already have the three records created in the system.
Three records.
Yeah, three records created already in the system. If I open the existing records
Okay.
with where gender is male,
Okay.
so which field it will show as per your logic?
Son of field will show.
But you're not triggering your JavaScript on the form load, right?
Okay.
How it will show son of? You're triggering JavaScript on the field change as you mentioned.
Yeah. For existing records, it won't show.
So in that case, what you have to do? I
Mm.
also wanted to trigger for the existing records as well.
Yeah. You have to change. You have to trigger the event by on change. You have to change gender. Then you will configure.
So we have to register same logic in the onload plus on change as well.
Okay.
Then it will work for the both. That is your answer.
Yeah.
And first of all, for JavaScript scenario based question, you should not highlight this requirement. This one we can simply do with the business rule, right?
Business
Why
rules.
do we
Yes.
go with the JavaScript?
Yeah.
So you have to answer wherever you have implemented the JavaScript, like
Okay.
show hospital related section based on the drop down. That is
Yeah.
not possible with the business rule.
Yeah.
So if possible with the business rule, our first preference should be business rule only. We don't go to the JavaScript. So such kind of requirements you have to answer. You remember that, okay?
Yeah.
And do you have experience with the business rule?
Yes, Ashok.
Or what is the scope of the business rule?
Yeah, in business rule, we do have three scopes. First one is entity, all forms, and specific form. If we set scope as entity, the business rule will work for only records created by CRM UI. And if we set scope as all forms, the business rule will work only for the records which are created from CRM UI. If we set business rule as a entity, so yeah, the business rule will work for both client and server side records.
Okay. So have you implemented business rules in your project?
Yeah, sure.
Can you just give me the scenario for what scenario you have implemented business rule?
Yeah, in my recent project, address fields on permanent address and present address fields are there based on address. postal code and all. I will configure this. If I set is present address is same as permanent address, I need to auto populate the fields with if now I don't want to populate on the permanent address fields
Hmm.
by using I use this requirement business rules for this requirement.
Okay. So what are all actions we can do in the business rule?
Yeah, we can do several actions. Set default value, set field value, set visibility, set lock or unlock, set error message, set required, set business recommended.
If you compare the business rule with the JavaScript, so with the JavaScript, what is the disadvantage?
Yeah, in business rule we have scope. JavaScript is only work on the client side. If we set business rules scope as entity, the business rule will work for both client side and server side records. For
Okay.
JavaScript, it will not work for server side records.
Okay. So how many form types are there in CRM?
We have mainly three types of forms: main form, quick queue form, quick create form. Main form, generally in Dynamics, we use main form as a primary form. It is used to create, view, or edit the records. It also supports advanced customizations like sections, tabs, fields, subgrids, business rules, JavaScript, and so on. Generally, we in real-time projects we use main form for full data entry and required fields. We have to create and quick create form. Quick create form is a lightweight pop-up form which is designed to create records immediately without navigating away from the current page. It is helpful for business users to create records immediately. And quick create form is used to view the records in child records, parent related information in child records, and it is just for viewing purpose. And quick view form is read only form. We cannot edit it.
Okay. We have for client side validations, we have JavaScript and plugin, right? So
Yeah.
which one will execute first?
Sorry. Can you please
So
repeat?
so which one will execute, let's say on
So
the
can you
same,
please repeat question? JavaScript and business rule.
yeah, on the same event, if I have the JavaScript and business rule, so
Yeah.
which
Okay.
one will execute first?
Yeah. JavaScript will execute first because business rule will can be converted into custom logic JavaScript code. Then only it will execute. Whereas JavaScript is already in uh, custom code, then it will execute first.
Okay. So I have a requirement.
Okay.
Like first of all, what are all events are there in the JavaScript, by the way?
Yeah, we have mainly three events in JavaScript: on form load, on form save, on field change.
So on form load, form save, and field change, right? So
Yeah.
business rule, what are all events we can trigger? Let's say,
Bus-
can I
yeah,
trigger
business.
my business rule? I wanted to trigger my business rule. One of the field, sorry, one of the as soon as form is saved. Is it possible?
Yeah, it's not possible by business rule.
Business rule
On
at what point it will trigger?
on load and on change only business rule will triggers, not on save.
Can we execute business rules on the quick create form?
Yes.
So what will be the scope for that?
Yeah, scope will be all forms or empty. Whatever we should, it will execute.
Hmm. Okay. So do you have experience with plugins?
Yeah, yes, sure, sure.
How much do you rate yourself in the plugins?
I will rate up to 7.
Can you just let me know the implementation steps of your plugin from scratch?
Yeah, okay. First, we need to open Visual Studio. Then we need to create a project in class library, and we and we need to add some references, and we have to change namespace as per our requirement, and we have to write our custom code and build our code. Then we have to sign in with the strong key. Then we have to go to plugin registration tool. We have to register assembly, and we have to configure the steps where we need to register the plugin step.
How many plugins you implemented in your career?
Up to six I have implemented.
So out of 3 years, only six is,
Yeah,
try to mention 10 plus.
and yes, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And can you just give me the very complex plugin you have implemented?
Yeah, in my recent project, one plugin I have implemented. In that plugin, based on doctor appointments, doctor will take only limited number of appointments per day. If the limit is crossed, then the plugin will stop to confirm that record. In that plugin, I difficulty faced time format because of UTC. It will not trigger first based on time zone. I will convert UTC to IST time format, then it will work. I faced difficulty here.
Hmm. Can you just explain about the pipeline stages in plugin?
Yeah, we have three pipeline stages in plugin: pre-validation, pre-operation, and post-operation. Pre-operation will execute before system performs some basic security checks, whereas pre-operation will work. The plugin will execute before data save into the server, and post-operation will work after data save into the server. If we consider rollbacks, pre-validation plugin will not get any pre-validation plugin will not get any rollback. Changes will not get rollback, and in pre-operation plugin, if we if execution occurs, the changes will get rollback, and in pre-operation plugin also, if any exception occurs, the changes will get rollback.
Okay. So what are all the events are there in the plugins?
Events, uh, create, update, retrieve multiple, associate and associate events, and so on.
How many types of plugins are there?
Two types of plugins: synchronous and asynchronous plugins.
And what is the difference between both?
Yeah, synchronous plugins runs during save operation, and it can block or roll back if the transaction fails based on the condition. And in post operation plugin, it will works after the record is saved, and it will not get roll back any changes.
Okay. So what is the importance of images?
Yeah, images are mostly helpful to get the field values, old and new values of the fields. In images, we have mainly two types of images: pre-image and post-image. Pre-image is helpful to get the latest to old values, and post-image is helpful to get the latest values of the field.
So I have a requirement. So my requirement is I do have the one of the field like sensitive field, user appreciation rating. Let's say one of the discount field is there. My
Okay,
expectation is the field should be accessible and readable, full control to the manager. If I
okay,
log in with the normal salesperson, so
okay,
user will not should not be able to see as well. It should not
okay.
visible. It should not show the data. It should not give update access as well. So how can we achieve this requirement?
By using field security, we and as well JavaScript also we can do this requirement.
So let's say if you go with the field security, just
Okay.
assume we implemented field security. If I
Okay.
log in with manager, can I see the data?
Yeah.
If I log in with the salesperson, will it show?
A read access is given to salesperson also. Then he will see, or else he won't see.
So read access I did not give.
Yeah, he won't see.
It will not visible, right?
Yeah.
So what if, let's say I'm reading some values in the plugin. Inside plugin, I'm getting that particular field value.
Okay.
So if I log in with the salesperson, and if I execute that plugin, what will happen with that field security field? Will I able to get
That
the data?
no, we don't get it. We don't get the data
What it will
because
show?
it will show some error.
What error will it show error is it? Did you understand the question?
Yeah.
So you practically validate after our session. What you do,
Okay.
you implement the plugin with field security and you
And
trigger plugin and try to read inside the plugin
I
and
think
you
data
see
will not get.
what value
Yeah.
you are getting or are you getting any exception using.
Yeah.
So how can we transfer plugins from, sorry, data from one plugin to another plugin?
By using shared variables.
May I know the syntax?
Yeah, context dot shared variables and where pass variable name and
Okay. So I do have a requirement. The requirement is, so I do have the one of the discount field. Discount field is there on the form.
okay.
So while I'm creating the generating the invoice, if discount should be less than 20% only. If
Okay.
discount someone trying to give more than 20%, trying to create the invoice, I want to stop the invoice creation and show message like discount cannot be more than 20%.
Okay.
So how can we
Yeah,
achieve this requirement?
by using plugin exception, throw exception.
So first of all, why do we need to go for the plugin? Can't we use any client-side logic?
Yeah, JavaScript as well we can use for this.
So, why do you what is the reason you mentioned plugin?
Yeah, JavaScript will not save in the server record.
Correct, but
Well,
for this requirement, is there any specific reason you mentioned we can do by using plugin instead of JavaScript?
JavaScript, uh,
Yeah, fine. If you
we
go with
can
the JavaScript, what is the
yeah,
event do you add?
event on save.
And say, how do you restrict the operation?
Execution context dot prevent default dot aux. By passing the syntax, we can stop
Execution content start.
prevent default aux.
Okay. So let's say I wanted to get the current record GUID. What is the syntax we have to use in JavaScript?
The form context dot data dot entity dot get ID.
And I wanted to set one of the field as read only by using JavaScript. What is the syntax we use?
Form context dot get control dot set is able true. We can pass this. The field will be read only.
Hmm. Okay. How do we debug JavaScript if there is any issue?
Yeah, by using debugger keyword in the code, we can debug.
And in case of plugin, how can we do?
In case of plugin, we can do two ways by using trace logs and plugin profiler.
Can you just give me the steps?
For both our plugin profiler.
Plugins profiler.
Plugin profiler. First, we need to go to PRT tool and install profiler. Then go to the step and start profiling. And you have to validate in CRM if error comes. Then go to Visual Studio and debug. Attach to the plugin and plugin registration.exe file. We have to attach there and come and we have to navigate to plugin registration tool and we start debug and we can pass plugin DLL file and we can start execution. It will navigate to plugin Visual Studio and we have to debug.
Okay. So do you know about the workflows?
Yeah,
How many types of workflows are there?
yeah, we are having mainly two types of workflows, real-time workflow and background workflow.
So what is the difference between both?
Yeah, real-time workflows will run on during save operation only. It can it can block and roll back if the transaction the condition fails, and asynchronous workflow will run after record creation and it will not get any rollback. Mainly it is useful for sending emails. And in real-time workflow, we can execute workflow as owner of the workflow or calling user. And in background workflow, it is not possible. We can run background workflow as owner of the workflow. And in real-time workflow, page refresh is not required. And in background workflow, page refresh is required.
Oh,
And yeah, wait condition is not possible in real-time workflow. And background workflow wait condition is possible.
okay. And what is impersonation in the plugin?
Yeah, impersonation allows a plugin to execute under different user security context without interacting with the users who can trigger the action.
Hmm. How many ways are there?
There are mainly two ways by impersonating a plugin. By setting run in users context, we can pass as admin user or system disabled. And by code, we can pass create organization context as user UID, or by passing null, we can impersonate a plugin.
So can you just explain about the security model in CRM?
Yeah, we have four types of security models in CRM: role based security, field level security, record based security, and position hierarchy and manager hierarchy security. And role based security is we have two types of securities, we privileges and privilege levels. There are mainly eight types of privileges in role based: create, update, read, delete, share, assign, append, and append to. And access levels are user, business unit, parent child business unit, organization, and none. Coming to field level security is useful if business having any sensitive data to don't show with any any members confidential data. We have to use field level security. And record based security, we have to share the records or by using share or by using access team templates. For manager and position hierarchy security, if anyone if user having any manager, we can access his child records completely without privileges.
Okay. So what are all the privileged levels are there? Can you just explain?
Yeah, user, business unit,
Hmm.
and parent child business unit organization and none.
How it will work? The purpose?
Yeah, user, if we set privilege level as user, user can access only his records. And if we set access level as business unit, user can see his own records along with his current business unit records. If we set access level as parent child business unit, user can access his own records and his business unit records and his parent child business unit records. And if we set the access level as organization, user can access all records throughout the organization.
Okay. So do you have experience with Power Automate flows?
Yeah, Ashok.
How many types of Power Automate flows are there?
Mainly, we have three types of Power Automate flows and automated flow, instant cloud flow, and third one is scheduled flow. Automated flow runs automatically when specific event occurs. It is used for react immediately to control to changes like record creation, update, emails without any manual action. One second one, instant flow. Instant flow will be triggered by users to perform action on demand basis, and schedule flow runs scheduled time or interval and without users activity. Mainly we use for bad jobs schedule workflows.
Okay. So what is the, like, if you compare workflow and Power Automate flow, what is the advantage and the disadvantages of Power Automate flow?
Yeah, coming workflow will run in real time and background as well, but Power Automate flow will work only asynchronous mode. It will not work in synchronous mode. We can workflow will work only inside the dataverse, and Power Automate flow can connect with multiple connections like dataverse, Outlook, SharePoint, whatever, and we can do limited actions events through workflow, and we can do multiple actions through Power Automate flow. And Power Automate flow is a low code and workflow is no code.
Hmm. Uh,
Performance wise, workflow is faster than Power Automate.
okay. How can we do error handling in the Power Automate flow?
Error handling, yeah, we have to add two scopes. In second scope, we can configure run after if failed. And in the first scope, we have to pass business logic. And if first scope will fail, we get any exception, then only second scope will trigger. By this, we can handle exceptions from Power Automate flow.
So what are all options you can see while you are configuring?
Yeah, has skipped, has failed, has successed, has timeout. Options we can see.
Okay. So what is the concurrency control in Power Automate flow?
Yeah, concurrency control in Power Automate flow is used to preventing multiple flow runs from updating a single record at the same time.
Hmm. So let's say I want to process more than 30,000 records in Power Automate flow.
Yeah,
How can we do that?
yeah, we can do this by using pagination concept. We can set threshold limit
Hmm.
to 30,000. By default, Power Automate flow will run only 5,000 records.
Hmm. Do you have experience with Canvas app?
Yeah,
So what are all the variables are there in Canvas app?
There are mainly two types of variables in Canvas apps: global variables and local variables or context variables. Context variables are will run only in the single screen, whereas global variables will run across all the screens.
Can you just give me the syntax?
Yeah, for context variables, update context variable name and value. For global variables, set variable name and value we can pass.
Okay. So what is the difference? How many types of solutions are there?
There are mainly two types of solutions in CRM:
What?
managed and unmanaged solutions.
So what is the difference between both?
Yeah, in unmanaged solutions, we can do customizations. For managed solutions, we cannot do customizations.
Uh,
For unmanaged solutions, after importing unmanaged solutions, we can do manual publish to reflect the changes. For managed solution, it is not it automatically publish the and it will reflect the changes. And the unmanaged solution can be export or import. For whereas managed solution cannot be exported. If we delete unmanaged solution, the components and all are will be available in the system. If we delete unmanaged solution, the components and all are deleted from the system also.
okay. So what type of solutions do you use in your project while deploying?
Yeah, for development, we use managed solution, unmanaged solution, and in UAT and prod, we use managed solutions.
Okay. Like what is the solution layering?
Solution layering, it to recollect Ashok. I don't know.
Hmm.
Layering in the sense managed properties, we have to remove
So what is the importance of calculated field?
calculated fields are used when a field value depends on other fields on the same record. Must updates immediately on the form without saving the record.
Okay.
It will work only on the same form, same entity, not on other entities.
And what is the purpose of roller field?
Roller field will work only on parent entities.
Hmm.
It is used to show values on a parent record
Hmm.
by aggregating data from its related child records. It will work asynchronously, not in real time.
What is the calculation frequency of roller field?
Calculation frequency up to 10 things.
Sorry?
Calculation frequency.
So what are all
I
new
don't know.
features you have observed in the Dynamics CRM recently?
Yeah, recycle bin and Copilot I have seen recently.
Okay. So do you have experience with Power Portal?
Oh yeah,
How
Ashok.
can we control the data in Power Portals?
By using web roles and table permissions
Where do we store the Power Portals users?
in contact entity.
Okay. And let's see, I'm creating some records from the Power Portal. I do have a contact lookup. I want to populate with the current logged in user. How can we do?
Yeah, on basic forms we have to go to advanced settings and we have to configure there with the lookup field with the table name.
Hmm.
By this we can configure.
I want to show plugin or workflow exceptions on the Power Portal. How can we do that?
In site settings, we can pass execution plugin something.
Hmm.
Execute plugin X errors, I think so.
Okay. What are all the connectors you have used in the Power Automate flow?
Yeah, HTTP client request and Dataverse
Hmm.
and SharePoint, Outlook. These are connectors I have used so far.
So how can I send email in the using Power Automate flow? What kind of action we need to use?
By using Outlook, we can send
But I want to send it from CRM email activity.
your email activity. We
Generally, if you
can,
create workflows, it will create activity in the CRM, right?
yeah,
So in the similar manner, if you send if you use the Outlook connector, will it create activity in the CRM?
I think, yeah, it will create, I think. No, 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 it will not create.
So if I want to send it via the CRM, how can we do? Is it possible using Power Automate flow?
I think no, Ashok.
Yeah, so you validate after the session.
Okay,
Yeah, so fine, Sai. So you're almost fine 75 to 80%. Few things you have to explore, like some scenario based questions, try to explore. And you just do the last two projects again, then you will gain additional confidence. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, so best of luck.
Thank you, Ashok.